Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome, Toastmasters, members and guests. Today I'm going to share a story about why it's important to do your research and be careful what you wish for. This is a story of a woman named Judy. Judy had lived in the city in a studio apartment by herself. She lived here all of her life, and she really wanted a change. She was a little bored. So when the opportunity came for her to move to Charlotte with her employer, she jumped on it. She's like, okay, this is a nice change. I'm gonna do something different. This is gonna be so cool. She often wished for more space. Well, she got what she wished for. She moved to Charlotte. She moved into a big home in the woods in the northern suburbs of Charlotte. This is the opposite of city living. It was quiet. There were woods everywhere. She was nervous. It felt a little sinister to her at night. At night, she imagined she heard Jason in the woods. She kept hearing that. And so she wished for companionship. She wished for a dog or a cat. So when she found a kitten near her bird feeder in her yard, she took him in. He was so cute. He was a little red, little furry, little ball of love. And she took him in. He would sit at her feet and he would purr. But it wasn't a normal purr. You know, like most kittens purr like this. This kitten purred like this. She's like, okay, that's a little aggressive, but okay. Judy let Butter in and out. So he was an indoor-outdoor cat. And she noticed that even though he went outside, her food bill, her pet food bill was immense. She was spending more on pet food than cat food, than human food. And she thought to herself, I better take this cat to the vet one of these days. I mean, I should get him checked out. But she often wished for someone to give her gifts. She really kind of wanted a boyfriend, but she's new to Charlotte. She doesn't know how to get out there yet, but she has this cat. And when the cat began to bring her little birds, but they weren't really alive. They were dead. The cat started bringing her frogs. Then one day she came home from work and she found a big, giant, dead squirrel in the middle of her living room on the floor. She was like, oh! She was creeped out. So she's like, okay, I gotta take this cat to the vet. I need the cat to get some Prozac. I need the cat to see a doctor, or I don't know how to, modify this cat's behavior. So she realized the cat was getting kind of big, so she bought a kitty carrier for the cat, but it was really a dog carrier because the cat got kind of big all of a sudden. And when she went to put him in the carrier, she said, Butter, here, kitty. She named him Butter. She said, Butter, here, kitty, get in the carrier. Butter was like, where are we going? She's like, oh, you can talk. Okay, we're going to the vet. No. Oh, yeah, you got to go to the vet. I got to get you checked out. So she bends down to pick him up, and he scratches her. And she's like, oh, ouch. That hurt. Come on, Butter, really? Get in the carrier. And Butter went, I'm not going. And he stared at her like that. And she tried to back out slowly. She was backing out. And Butter was going like this. You can't make me go run. And she said, okay. Butter, you don't have to go to the vet, but you can't stay here. You gotta go somewhere. I'm not going. So she turned around, and she turned, and Butter grabbed her Achilles tendon, and it tripped her, and she fell unconscious. And when she woke up, Butter was sitting there licking his paws. I told you I wasn't going. She's like, okay, Butter, you don't have to go. And when she tried to get up, she realized she couldn't really walk. So she tried to crawl away. And when because she left her phone in the house. And so she didn't really have her phone. She had to get to her phone. So she tried to crawl to her phone, and Butter jumped on her and got her by the calf. And she's like, okay, I'm in a situation. Help! Help! Well, she's in the woods. Her neighbors are far away. What does she do? So she just sat there, and Butter sat there, and they had to stare down. They had to stare down. Well, you know, cats like to sleep a lot. I don't know if any of you have a cat, but they like to sleep a lot. So the cat eventually fell asleep. And when Butter fell asleep, she was able to crawl to her phone and call for help. When help arrived, they told her, you know, ma'am, this is really a wild red fox cat that's indigenous to the woods here in Charlotte. You really shouldn't have taken this cat in the house. And I'm single, by the way. I'm going to give you my number. She ended up getting what she wished for, but she should have done her research. She should have taken the cat to the vet right away, and the vet would have told her before the cat grew up that it was a wild animal. And she should have gone on Match.com or something to meet somebody instead of bringing in a wild cat. And the moral of the story is, be careful what you wish for, do your research, and happy Halloween. Thank you.